You would think that this would be the best update ever. However, I am flat out exhausted. Can't feel anything below my waist. So, it's going to be a dismal update slash show slash picks, whatever you want to call it. First, we're going to start out with the congratulations to the Chicago Cubs. I don't want to say it was me that inspired you with that jacket. I know I gave that huge locker room talk about how this was my inspiration and propelled you to finish off the last 3 games of the World Series and become champs. I don't want to say I was the one, but that locker room talk that I gave you might have helped out a little bit. So, and of course I picked you too, so that doesn't hurt either. But congratulations to them, and on that note, there was a little backstory where Tony La Russa was trying to get into the game. As he's part of the media, so he was trying to get in, and he was in such a rush that he forgot his media pass, and security wouldn't let him in. So instead of coming up with anything, he just goes BAM, which is my equivalent of BAM, and shows him his World Series ring and says, how about this with his ring? Does that qualify? And security ends up letting him in with that because of his World Series ring. So I thought that was kind of funny. I guess we'll move on to some. Let's give you one little fact of the playoffs. A lot of people are complaining about how there's no small ball being played and people should be sacrificing runs in and doing all this other stuff. Well, out of 33 games, there were 13 sacrifices that produced 5 runs. Whereas if you out-homered the opponent, you were 26-1. I think it's 27-1 at this point now. So, small ball versus home runs. I guess home runs, as far as stats go, wins. Sorry about that, folks. It's a tough one to swallow for those of us baseball purists, I know. But I'm sure we'll get over it because chicks dig the long ball. I can't even talk today, sorry. Alright, so let's move on to some football. My Vikings have looks like they're starting to disintegrate. They got Norv Turner resigned. Of course, Buffalo got rid of their offensive coordinator. This one happens to resign. And they went on to do a whole lot better. So maybe losing Norv Turner is going to be a huge positive. I hope so. But I warned you at the beginning of the season, if things start going wrong, that dumbass quarterback is going to start to look more and more like that dumbass quarterback that he's always been. And I'm still not going to bring up his name. I hate him. And then 2 weeks ago, the polar bear known as Rob Gronkowski caught his 68th touchdown pass, and they asked him which tied the record for the franchise for touchdown catches, and of course they said, you're going to probably break the record next week, and he's like, yeah, get it? It's going to be the 69th touchdown. Get it? Yeah, you get it. So you got to love Gronk. I mean, he's a one-man wrecking ball, and he's probably the greatest professional athlete to ever walk the face of the earth just because he's Gronk. For those of you who don't know what that means, if you're like the class of 83, take my man Johnny Ack, combine him with Art Miller, Art Mongillo, I'm sorry, not Art Miller. Art Miller was my class. Alright, Johnny Ack, Art Mongillo, Luke Luzetti, and Grimace, which is Kevin Crosby. Put those 4 guys together and you got Gronk, alright? That's pretty funny, if you think about it. Johnny Ack, love you, buddy. Checking in, you maniac. Dallas, a lot of people are picking against Dallas. Better watch it. It's supposed to be like a trap game for Dallas, so watch out on them. I think that's all I got for you today. A lot of people are clamoring for the midweek update. I should be able to get to it this week. The stuffing, the initial jolt of the stuffing season has subsided. Now it's just maintenance. I've built all my displays. I'm still doing leaves, so that doesn't leave much time else for anything else. But I'm going to try this week to get to a midweek update, hopefully either Wednesday or Thursday, and I keep promising that, but I've only gotten around to it a couple times. Alright, so let's go with the picks. I only got 4 for you this week. I didn't look at any over-unders. I just didn't have time. I'm not excited about these picks, but let's get it rolling. Alright, we're going to take Miami -4. At home over the Jets. Oh my god, I got all favorites. That's not good. Alright, Miami -4 over the Jets. You have to buy down, have to buy down to -3 or 2.5 if you can. Thank you very much. The next game is Pittsburgh. They were initially slated at +3. Since Big Ben is playing, they are now -3. So I'll still stick with it. Pittsburgh -3 at Baltimore. Again, buy down at least a point there to 2. Those games are always close, and Big Ben is just coming back. Who knows? Maybe they're going to torch him. I don't know. We'll see. The third game is going to be New Orleans -4 at San Francisco. This is going to be... I'm not really sure about this one, but I'm going to go with it. New Orleans -4 at San Francisco. Again, buy it down to -3. And I'll assume you guys are going to be doing that. And then the last one is Kansas City -7. This is another game where Nick Foles is going to be in there. Shouldn't lose anything with him. They still have a good running back. They still have a good defense. Kansas City is a tough place to play. Again, as always. Could be a letdown game. I didn't even look ahead to see who they're playing next week, Kansas City, but I'll still roll with it since there's a backup quarterback in there who has something to prove. And we'll look to put up some points, throw the ball downfield. So you got Kansas City -7. So again, you got Miami -4 at home against the Jets, Pittsburgh -3 away at Baltimore, New Orleans -4 away at San Francisco, Kansas City -7 at home to Jacksonville. This is a square bettor's dream. Nothing but favorites. Although Pittsburgh was an underdog. I was looking at Tennessee and I was looking at Denver, but no. I was even checking out Cleveland at +7, but everybody and their mother likes Cleveland now over Dallas, at least to cover. And I can't stand when other people are chiming in on my stuff, so I'm not even going to go near it. Once again, Johnny Ack, thanks very much for checking in all the time, buddy. Appreciate it. Sean Saint, saw you up there too, buddy. Good to have you on board. And all the rest of you that check in every week, I totally appreciate it. And I promise to do better next time. Add a bunch of more stories that I can't get to. It's already 10 of 11 now, so we're going to sign off. I am the one to turn to. The picks are always absolutely free. Absolutely free. Absolutely free. You guys are the best. We'll see you next week.